My house complex. Do you have a my house complex? Are you a my houser? And then do you announce yourself? My house has an address. Well, I am the my houser because I have a live that way, that it is my house. And you have a my house complex. You don't know how to be yourself in a house with illegal alive genitals. You have illegal alive penis genital that's not due in a house because the key is in the penis. You have a key in your penis. If you have a penis, you have a key in your penis, and you cannot have a key in your hand. You can't touch a key. You have to say, that's a key, and run far from a key. You should be in Africa so you don't see a key. If you're illegally alive in America, you have to go somewhere with yourself out of America to Africa where you don't see a key. So everything about you being in America is you need to die out of everything you see so you don't see a key, and then you're in Africa with your penis. This is not an instructional video on how to have a penis. It's deceased. I am deceased. The penis genital is deceased out of the order. By myself, I am hauling off the penis genital out of the order because I have been sexually abused. So it's not possible to have a penis genital in the order. No genitals on the Godhead, and there are others. I have another Godhead with genitals that's deceased out of the order. So the dong genital is deceased out of the order, but you don't have to worry about that. You have a penis genital, which is a result, an outcome of a dong genital deceased the wrong way. So my houser, the star my houser is of course Donna Trump. And then there is another my houser that Donna knows. She's mom. She's Donna Moser to me. She's Donna Trump to you. And then another Moser disaster, my houser that Donna is right there in the mix. She was locked out of a house, not by me. Yeah, if I might have been how she was there at the time, but that's like SHUN illegal. Yep. But she did, I don't know, get there, but I didn't call her. But maybe Steve called her. I guess that's how that works. I didn't call her. So she was at the house, and I didn't call her to be there at that particular time. She somehow got there. Aunt Denise, did you call my mom? I just assumed that Aunt Denise called her. Yep, and then so Aunt Denise is the next my houser. Yeah, mom is the my houser, and then there's Aunt Denise my houser. Yeah, but Steve's not dad. Dad, do you know what to do with mom? You don't. You can't really stay with her and be a life insurance agent because Aunt Denise is about to. Aunt Denise, tell Dad what you're going to do and how Steve is not adequate to do what Dad was doing with Mom. You know that Becky's not born in your house? That's interesting, Mom. If Becky's not born in Aunt Denise's house, where is Becky to live if she's not born in, she's not where she was born? Why isn't Becky where she was born, Donna, Mom? Why don't you tell Aunt Denise that? Because she's the next my houser if it's gonna start all over again. My dad was a failed life insurance agent that day. Well, he didn't look good for the job that day, but if he was not expecting to ever have to be there, neither was I. I have to say that myself. So this was summer of year 2005, maybe the month of July. Was it July? It was either June, July, or August of the summer of 2005. So maybe June or July. It's unlikely that it was August. I was either, well, I was hospitalized for 2 or 3 weeks. So the month turned to August, maybe June, July, August, summer of year 2005. So Dad was not really looking like a life insurance agent anymore at that time, but he was still himself there, and he didn't say to Aunt Denise he's a life insurance agent for Becky. That's not good because uh, that would start with Mrs. Plesko kindergarten in the year 1981, 1982, 1983. So Dad's not a life insurance agent for Becky. We have to go back to Dunwood Elementary School and report to Mrs. Plesko. There's a home invasion in my house, and the life insurance agent is not for Becky. So it's not Moser that way. I need another last name, Mrs. Plesko, because I don't know how I got Moser. You want me to pay for this with Alive? You want me to go through all of Alive just to say at the end that I need to tell Mrs. Plesko that the life insurance agent, Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, the agent is not going to be an agent to speak for myself about my house. Yeah, but he's using the last name. Moser was not named by you, Mrs. Plesko, and that's confidential the wrong way because everyone in kindergarten knows that you gave me the last name Moser, but they don't know that I didn't have it before I got to school. Does Hans, he knows that, but he's not an honest life insurance agent, is what I am saying. I was not given the last name Moser in my house. And I did not name anyone in my house with the last name Moser. I didn't tell them, okay, your last name is Moser too. I want my friend Joellen to know the details. Yeah. Well, because what is it to have faith in somebody? Maybe you have to have faith in God above. And then if God loves you, he would tell you the details alone with you and your God. But she was calling me, and I am there in the capacity as God deceased. I'm God deceased right here. I can speak for myself. Um, I'm not really her God. I didn't create her. I have my own genitals, but I don't know why she called me. Is really just so much more. The charges, the phone expenses, phone charges, what it costs to make the phone call and connect it, and then I picked it up, and that I also had to call her back. So that's her phone ringing in because she's the ask for me to contact her by phone. So that's me. I'm willing to make all the statements about the details with Joellen personally, but I don't know how because I'm here is deceased right here. But I just want you to know that I didn't rush through anything. I am able to answer some of the like what was unknown about myself personally or something about Alive if I can speak on about it elsewhere because you abducted myself with keys and I do own my house and you wanted to know what is my house, why my house is my house because I alive. Yeah, I alive my house and I alive of the formed world. I alive all of alive ever, everywhere, ever. It's my house that way, and it's not a nice enough house for the amount of leverage that I have. Oh, so after deceased, I would invite Joellen to see my house. What else would I show her? Who was in there besides me? Yeah, I would show her that. But I need a recording. I need a record that would be significant to her being someone who would owe me keys and banking because my house was damages. So then, just do I owe that I say it to Joellen? Well, who is responsible for the house being a broken house? And then all the houses are broken houses in the neighborhood. If you go to Donwood Elementary School, that's because the houses are all broken everywhere. If you're on the school bus going to Donwood Elementary School, every house you pass are all broken houses. So who's responsible for that? Does Joellen want to know who? She knows because she is herself, but she clearly doesn't know because she didn't pay out the keys or banking. She doesn't know with herself. What's not deceased? Joellen Meyerhoff, Mrs. Randall's kindergarten class. K5 is where I saw her, and it's implicit she was there for K4. Yeah, I have new students in my class. Yep, I have new students in kindergarten, but I don't think I know any new students in Mrs. Randall's class. I just don't know. So K5 is when I saw her. K4 is when she could have possibly been there. I'm gonna say yeah, she was there. So then Mrs. Koenig's class, um, second grade, and then when was gymnastics? Joanna went to gymnastics was elsewhere. It was another school. Stormouth Middle. Well, it's a closed school, but it's called Stormouth. It has a name. It's a closed school and it has a gym, and the gym was fully furnished, I guess you could say, with all the gymnastics equipment, bars, beam, the floor was a spring floor, and trampolines. There was ballet. Just about, so it'd be like half an hour of ballet or something like that. And then there's vault. So Mrs. Randall's class, I'm aware that she had K4 over there, but I don't know every student in her K4 class. Is Joelle in there for K4? Are they shunning in there? Is that what I'm hearing? Because heaven is stopping on that point and I'm willing to move on. I think Joellen was there for K4, but I don't know because our class didn't go in there until K5. Where I was in Mrs. Miller's class in K4, but not Mrs. Randall's class in K4, that was K5. So that would have been, instead of 1981, 82. Yep, well, she's that old. Well, for what it's worth, Michael Jackson's a very old SHUNT, and he's black, and he is not holding alive on TV, like it's not reporting him alive. It reported a disaster that he's not aliving about TV and internet because he's a very old shunt. He was on early MTV music video, Thriller, and maybe before that. Was there one before Thriller? Oh, well, I remember seeing Thriller and it scared me. That was in my first house, in my house where I was alive in there. Who turned it on? Cheryl turned it on. Yeah, turned on MTV to watch music videos, and it included Michael Jackson's video Thriller. Scary in the eyes. Oh, yeah, I got a jolt. I got a jolt from that. Michael Jackson did not look good. So what year would that be? Whenever MTV started, does everybody know when MTV started? Because it didn't start with the beginning of TV. I had black and white TV that did not have MTV. And then there was some color TV that still didn't have it. MTV was with cable. Okay, so no over the air. Okay, when there was cable TV, then there's MTV. Over the air TV, that was some years there was no cable. Yeah. Cheryl was there when there was cable. Who can afford that at this point? So Michael Jackson's aliving because Jo Ellen's older than Michael Jackson, even though she's smaller. Yeah, and she's small. I don't know where, if she's in Oregon. I don't think she's not alive. I'm giving her all the money that she's alive in Oregon. Or she's alive somewhere long distance calling from area code 414. I know Joellen before I know Mitch, and Mitch is the one who's sending me food right now. You are illegal in the money, but you have to have the threats that well, I don't know if God is saying this about me. I have to say it right here. I'm not going to give an inch. You have guns in public. You have guns in public. You must threaten yourself that you are homeless and that you are going to jail because the police motor vehicles marked police cars with guns in there. They're marked police cars, they have guns in there, and you go in there when you're homeless and you go to jail. Because that's how you threaten me every day of my life, taking the time for somebody you don't know. I don't know you, why don't you know me? I don't know you, why don't you know me? You don't know me because you have stolen keys. If you have keys, you have to go to jail. If you have keys, you can't just say, I have keys and I don't go to jail. The jail has keys. I don't know anyone who's gone through due process, homeless, trespassed, jail, arraignment, prison, and then we don't know where you are anymore because the prison goes out of alive. I don't want to hear this. Somebody said somebody died. That's so messy. You're in public and you think you can afford this mess. Somebody said somebody died and you didn't do it. Yeah. So you are not supposed to watch the television because you can't afford that the news people, like news anchors, news reporters, and television content, it contains somebody died, and that's on television is not excused. That's illegal. Those are low people who have low money and low mind, and they do something low, that they say somebody died and they say it to a camera, and they are not alone, and they are due in jail and prison, and I don't know where they are every day of their life. I don't know. And you're not supposed to watch the TV because you don't afford that mentally. You can't excuse yourself because people on TV do that. And then everywhere in public, you just announce somebody said somebody died. And they didn't do it. Yeah.